Hello and welcome to my first MotoGP 21 online video. So the game has been out about a week now, so I thought I'd go online. I've not really done much MotoGP content, to be honest. I've been doing mainly Moto 3 with the career mode, so I thought I'd change it up today, head online, because I know how much you guys always love those videos, and it's going to be some absolute carnage. So, as I always do every year, I'll just be showing off the best bits of each race, not full length races. Probably do about 6 races, usually the amount that I'll do in a lobby, but yeah. This year it's even more crazy because we have 22 people in the lobby, so this is going to be insane. So then here we are for the first race. Of course it's Austria. I mean, it couldn't really be anything else unless it was Chang. It was going to be Chang or Austria, wasn't it, the first race of the new game. But here we are then on the grid. But 8th place, which usually I'd be probably complaining about, but it's not actually too bad considering that there's 24 people in the lobby. Waiting for the lights to go here then at Austria. Lights out and away we go. I am going to be absolutely terrible on the GP bikes, by the way, because I've hardly played with them. Like I said, I've been mainly doing Moto 3, so I've not quite got the braking turns down on them yet. You can see I have gone a little bit wide through the first corner, and we've crashed already. Are you actually serious? I mean, I'm not surprised, but I mean, really? That's the way to start off online on the new game. Absolutely crashing on the first corner. Absolutely fantastic. It's exactly how you always want it to go. We hit the brakes then for turn 2. Oh, we're closing up to someone. I've hit that guy. Sorry. Luckily, he hasn't crashed though. There's a guy in the truck. I don't get any luck in this, do I? I don't get any luck. There's a guy actually right on the outside of the track, and I didn't see him until right at the end because I was too busy looking at the other guy that I accidentally nudged on the brakes. So yeah, it's going to be a while before I'm up to speed, I think, to say the least. And we've just done a huge stoppie. We're not getting this one stopped, by the way. Yep. Going so wide, I have to sit the bike up through the gravel. Yeah, this is not going too well. I probably should have spent a bit more time on the MotoGP bikes than the Moto 3 ones, to be honest with you, but it's the first lap of online. Gotta get... Well, I've done online races without recording, but it's the first lap of the online series, so I've gotta get used to it. And again, we're off the track, although that time, I'm not really sure why I ran off. I just put too much power on. So I've just got to remember that you just got to brake so much earlier. So see, for Moto 3, I'm kind of starting to learn the braking zones now, but in MotoGP, because I've not really played too much of it, I'm just still braking at the MotoGP 20 points, and you're just not getting it stopped with that. So we went from 8th to 14th on this first lap, 1 minute 50 around the Red Bull ring. So that just shows you how well we are doing right now. We are absolutely doing fantastically. It's been... Oh, there has been a crash at the exit of that corner. I thought there already was a crash, but there's not. There's another person down as well. So many people going down. So on the straights, we've got a really good run here, but I'm guessing we'll probably have to brake around here to brake for this corner. You have to brake so early on this game. Yep, that person's gone a little bit wide. We're able to get them on the exit of here. We've got a pretty decent exit, actually. But again, I'm just going to have to put the brakes on so early compared to where I think I should be braking, because otherwise I'll end up in the gravel again. And the rear brake is also pretty poor as well, so you can't even rely on that to get you stopped. So if we can try and get a top 10, I think that'll be a result, considering how poor the first lap was. We have obviously got 10th place right in front of us. C Patron. There's been a crash behind, and I've gone straight onto the green. Apparently that's not track limits warning though, so alright, I'll take it. So we're only 3/10 off the guy that's got the fastest lap at the minute. So my pace, actually, in this lobby is not too bad. It's just that I couldn't keep it on the track on the first lap. So we've made a position there. There was a Repsol Honda on the inside. So now up into the top 10. We've got a shot at 8th place here. There's 2 riders right in front of us. We are on the last lap, so I'm going to try and give it everything I've got down towards this sort of turn 3. They've both gone in a bit wide. We might want to capitalise on that a bit. But one of the main differences, really, I know I said it in my first impression video, but on the MotoGP bikes, there's just no power in the low end. It's so strange. In MotoGP 20, there was a lot of power in the low end, but it's like the complete opposite on this game, which this game is probably maybe more realistic in that aspect. There's another 2 guys off there on the right-hand side, so we're now up into 8th place. So now I've got a shot at 6th, so if another one falls off in front, we're in the battle for 5th, but I don't think I'm going to be able to pass either of these guys, to be honest. I've not really got the confidence on the brakes to do anything, and that's 3 laps in a row when I'm at green, so I definitely should have a long lap penalty, but luckily the game hasn't given me one. They've made a little bit of a mistake. The Repsol Honda's made a mistake. We've got past the Repsol Honda then, so we're up into 7th place. We could have a shot at 6th there. There has been another crash. I don't know if that's behind or in front though. And that guy's got in a little bit hot, and oh, the Repsol Honda has absolutely taken the 3 of us down here. I've gone off into the gravel, and yet, no way I was getting that one stopped before the wall. And I think I'm probably going to come off worse because I actually have to go through the gravel first. I'm going to check before we join the circuit. But that guy there on the Repsol Honda just absolutely ruined our shot at 6th place there. We were going to get it as well because that guy had made a mistake on the way in. But 9th place then in the first ever online race on MotoGP 21. Well, the first online video. So not too bad, I suppose, considering how poor the first lap was. It was absolutely appalling. And my pace, I guess, is not too bad either. I mean, the guy in front of me had a fast lap of 1 minute 35. So, yeah, if we can actually stay on the bike in the next race, we actually might have a shot at a decent result. So, of course, the second race takes us to Chang. And you can't write this stuff. I'm on pole position as well, so this is just going to go really, really well for me. I'm just going to get absolutely die pumped into this first corner, but it's just hilarious. The first and second races on the online series are Austria and Chang. But lights out and away we go then. We are probably going to get passed off the line because my starts are still awful. I'm going to brake. I've probably braked a little bit too late, actually. We've got half the grid at the inside of us. And actually, we haven't been taken down at the first corner. I've gone on the green a little bit on the exit of the corner. But it doesn't seem like I've gained anything. So I've gone from 1st to 6th. And I just braked really early for the first corner. I guess. Oh, I got a bit nerfed there, though. Minor contact, and that sent me miles off. But actually, to be honest, I made a load of time from it. There's people crashing, and now I'm stuck on the outside of this crashing Yamaha. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, what physics is that, honestly? That bike must have just jumped up on its own several times. That bike wanted to take me down. And the thing is, we've got back on in 11th, which usually you'd be like, oh, I'm back in last place. Now, you're in the mid-pack on this game. There's 22 people in the lobby. It is great. It's great to see way more people. We've just gone so hot in there because we just stop here looking behind me to make sure I don't cut anybody up. Because it always sounds like there's someone right behind you, but they're not. It's just the engine sounds of the other riders are way too loud. They do need to tone that down, I think, in my opinion. So we're now up into 9th place. I don't 7th, actually, now. Where did I pass 4 people? Was there 4 people off in that crash? Like, because I just, like, sort of passed a yellow flag. I've jumped up from 11th to 7th place, so I think there must have been 4 people down at one corner. So we gained a big amount of time there. Someone in front of us has come back on the track in 6th place. So we're sort of around the same position we were at the end of the last race, down towards the first corner. I'm just going to let him have the corner because apparently I've outbraked him there. What? Oh, I've tagged him. Oh dear, sorry. But I was just trying to turn in, but he didn't really turn much, so we kind of we've taken his first casualty. It's unlike me to accidentally knock someone else off, to be honest, but I was just turning into the corner and he just didn't seem like he wanted to turn in, so he went down from that, which is kind of surprising. It was very minor contact, so I don't know whether maybe on his screen he just lost the front or whatever. I'm not too sure. Oh, I'm now 5th. So again, I think I passed someone that crashed again and I didn't even realise. I saw someone on the straight. I thought they were waiting up a lap, but I guess they must have been... They must have been on the lead lap then. So we're actually up into 5th place now, but literally nothing has happened since. And we have made big inroads on the rider in front, actually. He was about 6 seconds in front. He's only about 5 now. But we're obviously not going to catch him. We're not going to make up the time. But yeah, for a Chang race, actually pretty uneventful, apart from the first lap. And to be honest, somebody else just crashed and their bike took me out. It wasn't like I got took out by someone doing something crazy. And yes, I know I just went off the track. I didn't mean to do it. I'm just struggling to keep on the track at the minute on the MotoGP bikes. In a couple of weeks, we'll have the brakes down, I'm sure. Because I've already got there with the Moto 3, effectively, so it won't be much longer before I get there with the MotoGP bikes, I'm sure. It's just you can brake so late on 20, and you have to brake so early on 21. But we come out the last corner then. We made about another second to that guy, actually, but 5th place in the second race. Not too bad, actually. So I think the target's definitely got to be a podium at some point in this lobby. I don't know when we're going to get one, but hopefully it's pretty soon. So we were 13 seconds off the win this time. Not too bad, I suppose, but you can see the guys at the front have actually got pretty decent pace, because my fastest lap was a 31, and you got the guy that won did a 28, the guy in second did a 30, and the guy in third did a 29, so they were a little bit quicker than me anyway, so I think we could have only got 4th without that crash. So then, race 3 is here at Le Mans. I actually didn't look at my grid position, so I have no idea where I'm starting on the grid. And unfortunately, there is people shouting in the background in game chats. Hopefully they don't overpower me. I'm guessing they won't. I think we actually might have been 8th place on the grid. I'm not too sure. I don't want to go down to Touch Control 3, actually. That's a bit too much. But lights out and away we go then. This time I'm really hoping for a good race. That Suzuki got a fantastic start. And now 11th then. Yamaha lagged back a little bit there. We've gone on the green. I'm just going to... Oh! Well, I got a track limits warning, but it was... What? Oh. I was about to say it was worth it because we avoided that huge crash, but then we also were involved in that other huge crash. So seems like it almost wasn't worth avoiding that first one, because this is probably worse. I'm so far in the gravel, the wheel spin is so bad, but look, there's a bit of tarmac here to ride on. I'll just cut across this gravel a little bit to go back to the track, but unfortunately 18th place then, so a great start to the French Grand Prix here. But this is what you get. It's even more chaotic than previous years, because one, it's right when the game first coming out, so people are really struggling with it, and two, there's so many more people. It's really hilarious. I know we're not doing very well, but it is good fun. And that is usually how these series start out, that never start off too well. So there we go then, up into 14th past that Jet Miller, but well, he's going straight on if he's braking there for garage there. You can see it's about 5 people off at that corner. Yeah, we're up to 13th, we're up to 10th, yeah. So we were 15th going into that corner, 10th coming out because there was 5 people down. So if I just keep the bike upright, I'll be up into the top 5 before we know it. I really don't think this podium's ever happening though. I've gone so wide through that chicane. I should get a trail limits warning for that. Apparently not. I think in these public lobbies it's set to the relaxed setting, whereas in my career we use strict. So I'm pretty used to it being a bit more strict than that. So we're up to 9th place then now, because that guy went straight on. Or no, he's actually just straight lined it all. He's now back in front of me again. He's got, I was actually saying he's got to have a huge penalty, but no, he'd just have a warning, wouldn't he, for that? So that is obviously one big problem about the whole track limits thing, that you don't get an online penalty anymore for cutting a corner. So you just get a single warning for taking a big chunk out of a corner. So hopefully they'll update that and just instantly give you a long lap if you cut too much. But me and this Yamaha then are closing massively up to this Honda, and well, the Yamaha's just absolutely took out the Honda. I was watching, oh, I've just been bashed by a Pramac. I was watching to see if those bikes were going to skittle back on the track. All of a sudden, this guy behind just rams me out the way. And I've closed up to him in middle of La Chapelle, so I've hit him now, so fair play. I'll kind of forgive him for the first contact, because I've just gone into the side of him, but he was going very slow through what is quite a high-speed corner, to be honest. So 9th place currently then. 7th is on the cards here. If we can get back past this Pramac, we seem to have a bit more pace in him, so I'm not sure where he came from. I think he must have cut the chicane, because I don't think I'd made that big of a mistake where someone was caught from that far behind. But, I mean, fair play. He did garage there pretty well, because I thought he was going straight on, but he just got it stopped on track. He's going for a move up the inside here. Yeah, that weren't going to quite work out for him. Although he's just going to cut the corner and keep the position anyway, so that's how that Pramac rider's making positions up. And this guy on the Ducati in front of the factory Ducati is going pretty slow, so hopefully I can try and make a pass on him. It's weird to watch the line to some of these people. Like, they go slow in places where I'm, oh, they're so slow, but then they just get back on the gas, and it's like, oh, right, you're going over there. They pull away from you again. It's quite strange, but there we go, we got a bit of slipstream then, 1 minute 34 on that lap, so we're still about 4 seconds off what the race leaders are doing, but we're going up the inside through this second corner actually. We've gone very, very wide through it. That guy behind us has just crashed. I'm watching for his bike, he better not come back on the track, it's not. So the battle is for 7th place and with this Pramac, because I think there's some places where I'm a bit quicker than him. Nah, never mind. I forgot about the rear into La Chapelle. I should have remembered from my career, but no. So, well, we had about 9 seconds behind us, so we're alright. But yeah, I think that's that battle done with. Oh, someone's made a big mistake here at the end of the track. Oh, and he's just in front of me. Are we going to beat into the line? Yeah, we are, because he's doing a big wheelie. So 7th place then right at the end. I'm not sure what happened to him, but I'm guessing he made some mistake trying to do a celebration, and it seemed to respawn him in the last corner. So that's quite unfortunate for him. So then, so far, we've had a 9th place, 5th place, now a 7th place from the first 3. Hopefully we can improve a little bit in the next one. I think a couple of the fast riders in this lobby actually have just left, so we might have a shot at a decent position, because I'm never going to beat them in a fair fight because they're so much quicker. So this time we're here at Jerez, and we're around 7th place on the grid this time, I think. We're playing as Marc Marquez, so it's kind of fitting here to be at Jerez, since it is the Spanish Grand Prix this weekend, and obviously Marquez is Spanish. That was a bit of a, stupid statement to say, but anyway, waiting for the lights to go out, the lights out, away we go. That mirror's not gone off the line, and yet that has caused carnage already. Yep, and someone in the game chat was not very happy about that by the sounds. Oh, wow. That was a big crash on the run down towards the first corner. We've got Rins on the inside. We've brake checked someone in the middle of the corner because that Rins was going dead slow, and I didn't want a repeat of what happened at Chang, where I turned in and took someone out. There's someone lagging a bit all over the place, and all of a sudden, we're actually up into 4th, up into 3rd place now, and there's been a collision in front. I was really hoping they'd both fall off then, so I'd be up into the lead, but not quite. So we're actually on to the podium positions for once. We've actually managed to get around the first couple of corners without being taken out, and we've gone so wide to Cito Ponds, though. That is not going to go well for me, I'm sure of it. X-Rider's not quite been able to cut the inside. We've gone a little bit wide, actually, out of Cito Ponds, and that was almost bad enough on itself. So as we go down towards this corner, I'm going to brake nice and early. He's going to go up the inside of me, obviously knows where to actually brake for this corner. I don't, but the leader doesn't know where to brake for it. I'm back up. Oh, no. Oh, he went in a bit wild. I was trying to get the cut back underneath, and we just had minor contact on the exit. It was my fault. I went into the side of him, not the other way around, but I just can't finesse the bikes yet. I know I'm making myself look like a bit of an idiot, to be honest, but if you've seen my other videos, you know I'm not an idiot. It's just, I've not played much of the MotoGP bikes yet, and I've not quite got the finesse on them that I've had on the previous games. So when I think, oh, I'll go for a little move there, like the racecraft inside me, I've not quite been able to pull it off. But we've gone past that Miguel Oliveira, then onto the green. I really hope they can start putting the strict trial limits on, because I want to actually get trial limits warnings for doing this kind of thing. Because I'm not doing it on purpose, it's just at the minute I'm running wide, but I think I should still be being penalised for it. There's been a crash from second and third place, so we might be able to move up a few here. No, because they're still in front of us, but they crashed at the straight again, which has put me up into fifth. So currently in my personal best position so far. Obviously, we finished fifth once. Whoa! Okay, I did not expect someone to come round my outside into the first corner. I can safely say that. It didn't work for him, but I know he's there now. Whereas before, I had no idea. Mainly because the engine noise in the background is just as loud if someone is 1 second or 10 seconds behind you. So you have no idea if they're actually there, or if they are, 10 seconds up the road. And he's up the inside again. Oh, I think he hit me on his screen, if you look at the way he reacted to that. So I'm going to try and hang on to this fifth place, because we're about 5 seconds behind the guy in front, so we ain't catching that one up. Oh, there's a crash ahead. Are they both down, actually? I'm going to have to cut this corner. Sorry for that, guys, but there was a bike in the middle of the track, and I just didn't want to risk hitting it. So we're up to fourth, so actually only one of them crashed, but we are 4 seconds away from a podium now. So if there is a crash in front, we're in the prime seat to pick up the pieces. But it's the guy from the last race, the Pramac guy in front of us, so we know he's actually pretty good. So we did get a track limits warning there, but look how much we caught up to this guy. If we had another lap, I think I could have had this, because he had such an appalling last lap, and we actually had a pretty decent one, to be honest, up towards the line. Yeah, I think that would have been fastest lap of the race, but we did cut one of the corners a little bit. We cut the penultimate turn. I'm struggling with that on this game a little bit, just to get the turning right for it. So it's a little bit annoying there, because the only person that cost me the podium that time was me. But we did get fastest lap of the race, although it wasn't really 100% legit, so it probably wasn't the fastest lap. But I'm getting there a little bit. I actually felt quite comfortable at the end of that race. So then here we are at Silverstone this time, and we are actually the Petrucci on pole position. So on pole from a home race. And something I noticed on the cutscene on the way into this track is that the grass looks really, really green. If you look on the other side, look how cold the brake actually is. The front brake is so, so cold. Never even looked at that before. Oh no, it's out to temperature, so I guess that was just a little visual bug. But here we go then. Wait, well, I was about to say wait for the lights to go out. We've already gone off the line, so quite while I was saying that. And there's been a massive dive into the first corner. 3 people are completely gone. So we've lost the lead, but we've only dropped down to second place, and we've actually got a really good run on this guy. I'm going to brake nice and early for Maggots and Beckett's because, well, for that reason, effectively. And we've now taken the lead back. So we're currently leading the British Grand Prix. It's the first time I've actually led one of these races, aside from the first... Wait, hang on. That caught me off guard. Are they using a different layout this year? I didn't know that. I swear that corner is usually like the left one that you go for, but we went for the one that's further round. Okay. And I'm now back up into second place again because it was a big crash, but I felt like that corner wasn't right, and that guy almost just took out the leader. Luckily, he didn't actually quite do that. Again, not a track limits warning for a corner cut, but someone has absolutely straight lined that section, taking the lead. So we're now down to third place. But judging by those kind of lines, they're not going to stay on the track for too long. And the leader's sort of huge stopping into Abbey. That's going to allow us to well, the old leader, he was second obviously when he did it, but we're now up into, I guess, kind of effective lead if we discount this other guy. And Shine has actually now fallen off. So our rival from the last couple of races has fell off. That guy, yeah, he's gone to the car park. So we're back up into the lead once again. What's the lead we've got? About a second. Well, I've just squandered it by running wide through there, I would have thought. Right, we got almost 2 seconds lead, 1.8. I just got to keep it. I got to brake early. I just got to keep it safe. Wow, it's much easier to keep it flat through Woodcut. They have redone this track. It's much wider, I think, through Woodcut as well. I think they've rescanned the track. So I'm guessing that the last few years they've been using the wrong corner or something like that. Which, it's kind of weird that I'd never even noticed that, but yeah, I think then in every game up until this point, the track has been slightly different. It feels like they've redone the track. I could be totally wrong, but I'm always sure we used to just flick it straight left there, but this year you got to go right. So that's that's like the F1 layout, I think. So yeah, interesting. I'm guessing that they've either changed it for this year, which I hadn't seen, but then I also hadn't looked to see if it had been changed, or they've been doing it wrong in all the games up until this point, and both of those are pretty likely scenarios. Not to be harsh, but they are. So I'm not really sure what it's all about. So through Luffield then, we are going to win this one. It's going to be my first legitimate win online. We've got about 6 seconds, well, it said 5.8 for a second, it's just immediately dropped to 5.4, but we've got about 5 seconds to the guy behind. He has been a bit quicker than me, but I have just been taking it easy on these last couple of laps. But we finally get a win here at Silverstone. A win at home. It's our first win as well. Pretty happy with that. So finally getting a win then in this race. You can see the guy in third was so fast, a 59.7. Absolutely ridiculous, but happy to get a victory. It was well earned as well. We started on pole, of course, and I just didn't make any mistakes. So then here we are for the final race of the video, and we're actually here at Phillip Island. I've not actually played this track at all on the game yet. I've not seen it be picked online or anything. And there's a really nice helmet for that guy on the front row there, the Chupa Chups logo on the top of it. We're waiting for the lights to go here then at Australia. Lights and away we go, and the guy on pole position, Jack Miller, didn't move, and wow, everyone actually did a pretty good job to avoid him. I think someone just touched him a little bit, but that was about it. But as we go down towards the first corner, there's been another crash as Honda sort of lags back. I did a big stoppie there into the first corner because I just wanted to avoid the back of that guy because he seemed to come across pretty aggressively. And there's been a couple of more crashes through this other loop. Half the grid have just fell off in front of me, so we're now back up into 4th position. Online never fails to amaze me the amount of crashes you can see happen at one corner. And that guy is going very brave through Stoners, and yep, that went about as well as I thought it would do. They are both down, so we're now up into 2nd place, although it's going to be 3rd if this Suzuki can make the move on me. Well, it's going to be 1st for a second there, but back down to 2nd place. His ex-rider once again. He seems to be pretty good on the brakes into some corners, and then, yep, not others, because he rammed on the brakes a bit early there, unfortunately. But we are now fighting for the lead. The track that's never particularly one of my favourites, but at the inside through turn 8, then into the lead of the race. So we're leading once again. Obviously, we won the previous race at Silverstone. Can we make it 2 in a row at the end of this video, just to kind of avenge how poor it has been? You can see how probably much faster I am compared to the start of the session. I'm just getting so much more used to these MotoGP bikes, because honestly, this is probably about the most I've played them. I think I've probably done a couple of online sessions with my friends before, but honestly, this is probably about the most consecutive races I've done. We've put about a second into X-Rider already. Well, it was 8/10. It's back up to 8/10. The gap seems to vary quite a lot on the left-hand side. It makes it actually quite difficult to estimate because it's obviously a live timer. It changes very, very quickly. So it's about to say that you're a certain amount of tenths in front, and then all of a sudden it's about half that, and then it jumps back up what it was before. I guess it's the Constantina effect a little bit. But we are about a second in front of him, so if we just keep running at the pace we are, we should get away from him. But through this, obviously, Stoner corner on the previous lap, someone went round the outside of somebody else and just sort of clipped him, and that was a pretty big accident. Someone went a bit too hot into turn 4, the Honda hairpin, and crashed on that long lap penalty. I went in a little bit hot there, but we are still pulling away. Oh, that was close to MG. I went very, very hot in there. I lost it a little bit on the way down the hill, and I almost went completely off the track. I thought that was going to be it, the race over, but we just managed to hang on. We've put a few more attempts into the guy behind as well, but his pace is pretty good, to be honest. It's been hard to pull away from him. That's why I made the mistakes. I've been pushing on. It wasn't like in Silverstone where I was, taking it really easy. But fast up for the race, then 28.4. Someone's probably going to beat that, I would have thought. Yep, they have 27.4, so someone's gotten a second faster. So round in the last corner then, we've got another win in the bag. It's 2 in a row at the end of this video. Just been able to keep in front of X-Rider, although we've actually gapped him quite a bit on this final lap of the race. But yeah, 2 wins in a row. we are finally getting there with the GP bikes. So then 3.7 seconds in the end, actually, in front of him. We did a 28.0 on the final lap, so yeah, our pace definitely has improved over the course of this episode, but I hope you have enjoyed that one. It was a pretty eventful start to MotoGP 21 online. You know, that's kind of the usual thing you get, though, isn't it, with with these games, to be honest. They're always pretty interesting when you go online. You guys always seem to really enjoy the videos, so the chaos, as always, prevailed, but we did win a race at the end. In fact, we won 2, so pretty decent first online session for the channel. But I hope you guys did enjoy that one. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.